In a peaceful forest full of towering trees and winding rivers, lived a little squirrel named Sammy. Sammy was smaller than the other squirrels, with soft brown fur and big, curious eyes. He loved exploring the forest, but there was one thing that always scared him: the tall, dark tree at the center of the forest, known as the shadow tree. The shadow tree had thick, twisted branches that blocked out the sunlight, and no animals ever went near it. The older squirrels told stories of strange sounds and spooky shadows that lived in the tree. "Stay away from the shadow tree," they would warn, and Sammy always did. But one day, while chasing a butterfly, Sammy found himself standing right in front of the shadow tree. His heart started to race as he looked up at its dark, looming branches. Just as he was about to turn and run, he heard a faint sound coming from the tree.
"Help! Help!"
A small voice whispered. Sammy's ears perked up.
"Who's there?"
he asked, his voice trembling.
"It's me, Birdie.
Came the tiny voice.
I'm stuck in the tree. Can you help me?"
Sammy looked up and saw a little bird, trapped in a nest high up in the tree. The wind had blown some branches over the nest, and Birdie couldn't fly out. Sammy gulped. He was scared, but he knew he had to do something.
"I'm coming,"
he called out, trying to sound brave. Sammy took a deep breath and started climbing the shadow tree. The branches creaked and groaned, and dark shadows danced around him, but he didn't stop. Step by step, he made his way higher and higher, focusing only on helping Birdie. Finally, Sammy reached the nest. With his small paws, he pushed the branches away, clearing the path for Birdie to fly free.
"Thank you, Sammy."
Birdie chirped, flapping her wings happily.
"You're so brave."
Sammy smiled, feeling proud.
"I just did what I had to do,"
he said. As he climbed down the tree, something amazing happened. The shadow tree didn't seem so scary anymore. Sunlight started to peek through the branches, and the dark shadows faded away. From that day on, Sammy wasn't afraid of the shadow tree. He realized that sometimes, things only seem scary until we face them. And whenever the other animals in the forest needed help, they knew they could count on the brave little squirrel, Sammy. And so, Sammy became the hero of the forest, not because he was the biggest or the strongest, but because he had the courage to help others, even when he was scared.